Race fans, welcome to the All-American Racing Network. We are here week number 10 at the Asylum, also known as Nashville Fairgrounds. This is your host, Front Row Joe, accompanied as always by Emmett Crow. Emmett, how's it going, my friend?
It's going good, man. Ready to get here. Music City. You know, the thing is, Joe, they used to have a big country music festival. You can meet all your artists and everything back when this track was on the Cup circuit, but glad to be here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Looking forward to a great race tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. As we go ahead and take a look at our information for today's race, we'll be here for 175 laps, no stages, 4 additional tire sets, 2 green, white checker attempts. Fuel window is going to be 55%, and to the best of my knowledge, we will not have any fast repairs. So these guys are definitely going to have to be patient here on the throttle. Nashville Fairgrounds, this is not a smooth track at all to run. It's very bumpy, and you've got to be patient on your throttle on exit. You've also got to be really smooth on the brake entering in the turns. But the guys are getting gridded up now. We should be going green here shortly once everybody gets gridded up. Pace car will take us out on the initial pace lap for the start of the race. While we wait for that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at your starting grid. Starting on the pole tonight, it's going to be Christian Barnes. To his outside is going to be Chris Romano. Row number 2 is going to be Zachary King and Lucas Bray. Row number 3 is going to be Daniel Dunaway and Ryan Testa. Row number 4, Ben Knights and Jaden Porter. Row number 5 is going to be Dave Allen and Howard Peoples. Row number 6 is going to be John Shields and Corey Powell. And that is going to round out your starting grid for today's race. Emmett, what are your predictions?
Well, just like you were saying, throttle control. This is really going to show what drivers have the patience and everything. And, I mean, in all honesty, Joe, you just got to avoid all the chaos here at Nashville Fairgrounds. I mean, this is such a unique track. You know, they used to run the All-American 400 here with the late models and got to see the SRX cars here. And then it opened up the door for the ARCA East and everything. And just looking forward to this track tonight, Joe, for sure.
Yeah, it should be a very action-packed race. Pace car is getting ready to dive off in the pit lane. We're getting ready to go green here, but yeah, watching these guys practice, some guys were running good and some were having some issues. But we're green now. We've got Chris Romano getting really pushed by Zachary King as they dive down in turn number 1, come out of turn number 2. It is all Christian Barnes right now. Zachary King get to his inside, followed by, Chris Romano and Lucas Bray.
I'm glad to see Chris Romano back after missing the race at Talladega last week. You know, that was an exciting race, Joe, and we saw just unbelievable draft, unbelievable racing. Had a lot of carnage, but here, you know, as we see Zachary King going to the lead early on.
Yeah, Zachary King getting to the inside of Christian Barnes. Christian Barnes running that high side, not going to make it easy to pass, but they almost got into each other right there. It's kind of the motto of short track racing. There's going to be a lot of bumping, there's going to be a lot of grinding, and a whole lot of fun racing.
Well, you know, we're in Music City, USA, Joe, and what better way to kick it out? You know, you got to do a little two-step, a little boot scoop boogie for sure.
Yeah.
But as you see right here, riding on board Ryan Testa, getting it down to that yellow line, just trying to find the groove, trying to find some grip down there. And right now, it's looking like the bottom line might be the lane of choice.
Yeah, there's a few grooves here. You can wrap the bottom, you can kind of diamond. All depends on your driving style and where you're getting the most grip. As you see, Ryan Testa kind of sliding up to run the outside a little bit. And if you listen to his throttle inputs, he's really not getting full throttle until he's midway down the straightaway. These are rally cars, have a lot of power. They lean on the right rear a lot, and it could be very easy for you to spin out.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what I'm looking forward to. You know, I've called a couple late model races here, and the ARCA races, but I've never called an O'Reilly race here. And when I saw that on the schedule, I was like, woo, that's going to be one to circle for sure as we see a car in the wall early on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was Dave Allen. Is either Dave Allen or Daniel Dunaway. One of those two green cars was into the wall coming out of turn number 2, I believe.
I believe it might have been Dave Allen, Joe.
Yeah, you can see Dave Allen. He's got some impact on that right front, as you can see right on the side. He's definitely got a little bit of damage right there. Hopefully it doesn't affect him aerodynamically too much. As you can see, Dave Allen sporting the Ideal Family LLC logo on the hood of his car. Ideal Family is one of the sponsors here for the All-American Racing Network, so definitely look them up. They do construction, canine training, pest control, auto detail, and obviously racing. So definitely check out Ideal Pest Control if you're in need of any of those services. As we go back up to the front of the pack, we see Zachary King and Christian Barnes going toe-to-toe, and Lucas Bray getting a little bit loose coming off the corner, and he just went into the wall.
I was about to say, I just heard some contact in the wall, and I guess that was the Piggly Wiggly machine of Lucas Bray. But the thing is, Joe, as we saw like in front of Zachary King, you saw how bumpy this surface is. This is not a new surface. This is the same surface that they've ran for years, and it's real rough on the tires. As we see a car in the pits early on, I believe that's is that John Shields or Corey Powell?
I believe that's Corey Powell.
Oh, man, and he's smoking.
Yeah, he got into the wall really, really hard. Unfortunate for Mr. Howell. Really tight racing up front with King, Barnes, and Romano. These three right here, if I'm not mistaken, all your top 3 in points.
Believe so. Let me go do some research real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'll get you on that for sure.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our fastest 5 drivers of the race so far. Christian Barnes with a 19.55. Zachary King with a 19.58. Chris Romano with a 19.62. Ryan Testa with a 19.66. And Howard Peoples with a 19.92. So all these drivers all within 0.4 of a second as far as lap time is concerned.
Yeah, and I'm back, Joe, and I got the points here. So Christian Barnes is your point leader. Zachary King's in second. Howard Peoples is in third. Joseph Vessenberg in fourth. Chris Romano lost 3 positions because he missed that race at Talladega and did not have a provisional. So, yeah, this is interesting for sure when we talk about the points, especially for Chris Romano with Essenberg not being here. He could jump back up there into that top 3 or top 4.
Yeah, he absolutely can. And Romano is only 40 points behind the leader of Christian Barnes. So depending on how they finish out this race and the next few races, I mean, Chris Romano could very well take over the points lead.
Well, and then another interesting thing, so last week's winner, Shane Hatfield, is not in the field. I do not see that car. And he's sitting right at the cut line. So now Dave Allen, with him making this race and running this race, he could get in, Joe, above Shane Hatfield as we have, let's see, let me look real quick, as we have 2 races before the chase starts. So that could help Dave Allen get above the cut line with 2 races remaining to change.
It absolutely can, and we're also missing Gary May. Gary May is tied with Dave Allen in 9th place with 220 championship points.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they're only 79 points behind Christian Barnes, so a little bit of a tighter championship standings as the 14th place driver currently is Daniel Dunaway and is 104 points back from Christian Barnes. But if you go from 14th to 9th, there's only about 30 points separating those as well. So any of those drivers, I believe the only 2 of the drivers that are outside of the chase line that have a chance of getting up above the chase line is going to be Dave Allen and Daniel Dunaway.
Well, and we have new drivers out here too, you know, looking at this field. Let's see, we have...
Yeah, we've got, I believe John Shields might be new, as well as Jaden Porter.
Yeah, Jaden Porter and Ben Knights. Also, new driver.
Let's go on board here with Jaden Porter.
A friend from across up north.
Yeah, he's from Edmonton, Canada, way up there. We know he likes some poutine.
You know, I was doing a broadcast last week with my good buddy Wesley Allen, and we were at Canadian Tire. We were just making all kinds of Canadian references, and that got brought up about poutine. And we had one heck of a conversation about it. If y'all haven't checked it out on LSR TV for sure.
Yeah, what's crazy is you know, growing up in the Northeast, we used to go to the diners all the time, and not many people know about diners, but a buddy of mine used to get melted mozzarella cheese and gravy on his fries all the time, and it was only until a few years ago that I learned that that's literally what poutine is. It's cheese and gravy on your French fries. So
yeah,
he was eating poutine before poutine was known by the Americans, I guess, or at least us youngins.
Oh man!
But as we look up front, Zachary King,
The Florida man,
got a little bit of a gap over Christian Romano, just about 0.5 of a second, which on any other track would feel like an eternity. But if you can see, if you do the eyeball test, they're right next to each other as we see Zachary King coming up on some lap traffic, and this is going to make it a little difficult to get by as we see Barnes diving down to the inside of that number 29 car of Howard Peoples, allowing him to take the race lead. Zachary King having to work a little bit harder around this lap traffic, and this actually might let Romano get around.
Yeah, Romano's going to use the lap cars as picks, but looky there. Gets in front, but now Romano's in the log jam right here with all these lap cars. This is coming up on Dave Allen, and he thought he had the run on Dave Allen, but then Dave Allen shot in front of him, and that caused Romano to lift just a hair, and that's going to allow Zachary King to get right up back on the back bumper. But now they're clear, got a clear track in front of him until they catch back up to the next lap cars. But look at this, right? Is that Christian Barnes that they're coming up on?
It is.
Wow.
According to the relative, they're second behind, which is on this short track only about a half of a straightaway.
Oh, Christian Barnes is in the lead. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I got a little confused because I was looking at it. I thought we were watching the battle for the lead. Sorry about that, folks. I got a little confused, but now I see right there. My ADD kicked in and I wasn't looking at the ticker.
Yeah, Christian Barnes coming in, looking to put the 7th place car a lap down as Barnes has lapped just about half of the field. This would be almost half the field that's gone a lap down here.
Wow.
And if we would have had a bigger field, I'm pretty sure that it would probably only be about 15 cars on the lead lap. Now we've got 6 currently on the lead lap, with Lucas Bray being the fish out of water right now.
Well, and the thing is also, Joe, you look at the scoring pylon, and both Corey Powell and John Shields are out of this race. So if something happens to you, the worst you're going to finish is 10th. So you get a top 10. So that'll help you as far as points. But, I mean, it's just, this is, and I mean, we don't even have a crowd. What is this? Are we back in 2020? Is this the COVID days where we're not racing with fans?
It just might be. I've always got the, I was told to have as little of stuff on the screen as possible, and I've put some stuff back. I put the grandstands back, but I just haven't put the spectators back in.
You're good. You're good. Okay, because I was wondering. I thought maybe that was just how Nashville is, because I was like, man, this feels like we got 2020 vibes. But John Cook, I wanna wonder why you're not here with us, buddy, and you're in the chat cheering on Ryan Testa. Why aren't you on the track, man?
Oh, and we see Ryan Testa. He's got a blown motor.
Oh no! Well, John Cook and Ashley Nicole are not gonna like that.
No, definitely not. We've got a caution.
I think the rest of the field is praying and thanking the Lord for that caution for sure.
That might have been brought out by Ryan Testa being just under the apron. I think a caution came out just for him anyway. But that's going to allow the number 66 of Ben Nice to get back on the lead lap. And unfortunately, Testa, as you see him disappear from the screen, that's going to be his day. He's going to be done for the day. So it's the third driver that's going to be out. Testa, Powell, and Shields. Unfortunate break for those guys. But
crew chief Ashley Nicole says it'll buff out. But then John Cook, we have confirmation that he is in Georgia, unfortunately, coming back from vacation. So that's why he is not with us.
John, race car drivers don't go on vacation, buddy. They're on vacation from the end of November until the beginning of February. So
I know, right? You can celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then it's back in the car.
That is it.
And New Year's. Yeah. Gotta do Valentine's Day at the track, though.
I mean, and if you think about it, really, right? You're a race car driver. Mm-hmm. You're literally on vacation 365 days a year, pretty much. Because even in the off season, I mean, you're a race car. I mean, you're living a dream, right? You're traveling the country, you're racing, and I'm pretty sure they have a few days off, like during the week. You'll see Carson Hocevar, stream from home and all that stuff. But a lot of these guys, they'll run, late models. They'll run, micro wings and dirt tracks. So even in the wintertime, some of these drivers, they just race year round.
Yeah, like Kyle Larson, and well, unfortunately, Christopher Bell looks like he might. We haven't had confirmation yet, but it could be possible where he's missing several weeks with the injuries in his ankle and his wrist. But they said that they were going to reevaluate it today. But I have not seen anything from Pacres about what that is being said.
Yeah, and then you've got guys like Caden Honeycutt that will win the ARCA and the truck race at Watkins Glen, and then hightail it down here to North Carolina, the A Speedway, and win the late model stock and the pro late models in the same day. So, but yeah, John, it looks like unfortunately we don't have a replay because it didn't register as an incident, but it looked like Tessa just came around and got into the wall. But we're green again, and look at Christian Barnes. Monster freaking jump off the restart. We've got the number 15 of Daniel Dunaway on the apron. I wonder if he just didn't get in line in time. Let's see what happened with him. Yeah, I think he was just taking it easy.
Yeah, but you see Zachary King right there, and you know Zach's been really aggressive. We saw him at Talladega being very aggressive. How hard is he going to race his teammate for this lead, Joe?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question. I would say he might just take it easy until the last lap or the last few laps, right? Your teammates until it comes down to the wire. But either way, for these guys at Meatball Motorsports, they should both, you know, have a good finish and get some solid team points. Take a look at the fastest laps so far. It's Romano with an 18.94, just about a tenth or two faster than Zachary King. But Zachary King and Jaden Porter are actually running identical lap times. Jaden Porter just stuck outside the bubble as we have another caution. See if we can see what happened there. Lucas Bray jumping to the pits, and he's...
Oh, man. Hard contact.
He's getting loose and then got some contact from Dave Allen and just goes head first into the wall. Let's see if we can get another angle of that. Looks like he gets into the 66 of Ben Knight's a little bit.
Oh, big shot.
And then Dave Allen just nowhere to go. And
yeah, there was nowhere for Dave Allen to go right there. But let's go help Dave Allen now, because now he moves back up. So,
yeah, we've got the 29 car of Peoples going to get back on the lead lap. That'll leave 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars on the lead lap. If Christian Barnes keeps going the way he is, he just might be the only car on the lead lap.
Yeah. You know, the first time I ever saw it, it's so crazy. So it was back in 2007 in the ARCA series, ARCA Reback series. The first race he ran, it was David Stremme. Of course, by this time he's running Cup. But the first race he ran, he blew up on lap number 1 at Pocono. Well, the next week at Michigan, he lapped the whole field and won the race. So that was crazy. 2 weeks back when NASCAR used to go to Pocono and then Michigan back to back. But yeah, I'll never forget that. I believe it was 2008, 2007. I can't remember. We were just getting into ARCA, but yeah, it was interesting. I'll tell you something cool. So last night, we did a Kyle Busch kickoff at Kern for the LFRL Late Model Series, and there's a guy in there named Justin Brooks, as he's known in the iRacing community, but he recreated the Kyle Busch Indiana Jones 2008 Southern 500 winning car. I mean, dude, it looks spot on.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it was a cool looking car. I'll have to send you a picture of it, but yeah, did a great job. Ended up winning that series kickoff. So yeah, great looking car for sure.
Heck yeah. And man, this restart zone is like literally right in the exit of turn number 4. We see Zachary King getting to the outside of Christian Barnes here. Let's see if he can run the high side and get around his teammate.
Well, he's going to try to use the high line right there, trying to ride the fence. Going to get the momentum right here. Can he carry it?
Go on board with Christian Barnes here. We'll switch to Zachary King and see if he can get him.
Oh, he's right to the corner panel. Oh my gosh.
Didn't quite get it. Christian Barnes said, Oh, he's got to run here. Gets to the inside. Not quite going to have the momentum to get past his teammate.
So, just to confirm, we were talking about John Cook. He's actually at the UCC Diesel Drag Racing competition. So, technically he's at a race, but I don't know if he's competing though.
I gotta look that up. Is that trucks? Like big rigs?
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, if you hear diesel, hold up just a second.
Looks
Let's
like
see.
it's a little bit of everything. Pickup trucks. They've got. Yeah, that looks pretty sweet.
True, in the South, if you mention diesel racing, that's got to be interesting.
It sure does. I want to get myself to one of them tractor pulls one day. Oh, so we got some action back here. Howard Peoples being followed really closely by the number 66 of Ben Knights, and I think Ben got a little bit loose, went down to the apron right there. It's gonna leave Peoples and Allen fighting for some position. Dave Allen looking to get his lap back the hard way. He is the first car a lap down right now.
Yeah, look at Dave Allen right here. Moving up, trying to get into the position for, well, he's already in the position for the lucky dog. He's going to try to get his lap back under green.
Yeah, I think what he's trying to do
Look
right
at
now,
the bumps, though.
I know it's rough. It really is, and I think
Look at that.
I think Dave Allen's just trying to avoid going 2 laps down.
You know what that looks like? It looks like if you go to a dirt track in real life, if you go watch, we call them sport mods, limited mods here, but if you go watch those cars when they go into the turn, you can just hear them getting on the gas, and you see the car just bump. Yeah, definitely. Joe, my uncle always told me, he said, the thing that makes the story even better is you got to have the sound effects, because that just sets it apart from any other story for sure. So that's why I always bring the sound effects.
Yeah, 100%.
So now, with all these cars retiring, Ben Knights looking to get a top 10, maybe even a top 5 in his debut here with the AARN O'Reilly Series.
Yeah, let's take a look at Ben Knights. He's unfortunately got some rear end damage. He's driving the number 66 Busch Chevrolet Camaro. And in his debut race here, if he's, how do I say this? If he's running this good,
Look at that rear end
on the
damage,
short
though.
tracks, I know, right? Good thing it's better than front end damage, right? I don't think it's going to affect the aero too much, but I'd like to see this guy on 1.5 miles.
Yeah, I definitely would too. Ben Knights, you have been challenged to run the next 1.5 miles, which our next 1.5 miles would be Homestead, I believe.
Yeah, Homestead in 2 weeks, so we're unfortunately at Pocono next week.
Oh gosh! Hopefully we have more than 12 cars.
In the Tricky Triangle, that'll be a real interesting race.
Well, I'm not saying anything, but especially with Zachary King on the track.
Yeah.
Where is Ken Joe Hare at?
That's a good question.
It right?
Let's.
I'm
gonna Google that.
Well, the crazy thing is, with iRacing, you can switch your flag. Like this one guy, you could tell he was from North Carolina, but no, we didn't know where he was from when I was doing that 6-hour at Daytona race, and it said Vatican City, and I was like, wait, what? And then somebody came in the chat and said Vatican City via Charlotte, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, looks like Cange O'Hare is a little town in upstate New York. It looks like it might be about, I don't know, 150 to 200 miles west of Albany.
Joe, you should know that. That's your area. That's your.
I'm from the city, Bo. I'm not. I'm not that far, and I think my in-laws live up there somewhere. I forgot where they live at. Somewhere up there, but yeah, he's up there. I mean, upstate. He looks like he's right on the river too. So, I'm surprised they get internet up there. To be honest with you. But these two up front. Christian Barnes, Zachary King, Romano, all in the mix as well. Let's go on board here with Romano.
Well, now the interesting thing is now we see Christian Barnes getting into this lap traffic as his poor Howard Peoples just got his lap back and he's about to go a lap down again. But you see right there, Zachary King. It's almost like, you remember like NASCAR 06 when they brought out the team communicator and you could have your driver block for you? It looks like that's what Zachary King's doing. Christian Barnes hitting the team communicator asking Zachary King to block to get Chris Romano away from him.
Yeah, that's the benefit of having a teammate working with you. And then, unfortunately, Romano's teammate of Lucas Bray is out of this race, so he really doesn't have anybody to do that for him. But they might have some good luck at Pocono.
We have some from Mr. Corey Powell. It's where Ideal Family LLC is from.
Hey,
Cange O'Hare.
How about that?
Wow.
So if you're in the Cange O'Hare, New York area, and you're in need of any type of construction, pest control services, or anything of that sort, make sure to hit up the Ideal Family LLC guys and Corey Powell.
Yeah, all you Cange O'Hareans, definitely do that. I don't know if that's what they're called.
That sounds like, yeah, let's go get a can of Joe hair right there. Let's cook that up. Can of Joe's hair. I don't have any hair, so that probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, unfortunately, all my hair's starting to turn gray the closer I get to 30. I think it's 3 weeks from today. About 3 weeks from Friday, I'll be 30.
Well, happy early birthday, my friend.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I've got about 10 years on you.
It's cool though, because the way it's set up, I turned 30 on July 3 and America turns 250 on July 4th, so you couldn't ask for anything better.
Nope, absolutely not. Yeah, my birthday's right around Memorial Day. Every 7 years it falls actually on Memorial Day, so it's always great to celebrate your birthday around significant holidays like that.
Can't get any more American. And it's funny, so my mom works for this for the surgeon, and we were talking, and she was like, "Yeah, we're closed on the 3rd." I was like, "Oh, in observance of my holiday." Oh, well, thank you.
There's one driver we haven't really talked about much, and that's Jaden Porter. Jaden Porter also making his debut with AARN, sitting in a top 5 position, sitting P4 right now, currently up 4 spots from where he is. Looking to work around the lap car of Howard Peoples, but another one of these drivers that make their debut here at the All-American Racing Network and are sitting inside the top 10.
Yeah, great run from Jaden Porter. I bet you he likes poutine for sure. And, you know, talking about poutine on the broadcast might get him hungry, and definitely hungry on the track, as he's going to get the position away from, well, that's not a position, but gets in front of people. Still on the lead lap, by the way.
Yeah, he is the last car on the lead lap, and he's 10 seconds behind Christian Barnes, which technically means that Christian Barnes only about 9 seconds behind putting Jaden Porter a lap down. As we have just shy, or maybe just around 80 laps to go, 85 laps to go this time. There's still plenty of time to make up some ground, but also in Christian Barnes' case, still plenty of time to put some more of these guys a lap down and keep them out of contention and going for a win.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Sunday, okay, so I'm watching the race, right? And I see Hamlin take the lead, okay. Well, then all of a sudden I look up. No, we had that caution. And then I look up and I'm like, how the heck is Denny Hamlin got a 6-second lead off a restart?
Yeah.
But somehow that car passed Tech.
Yeah, I don't. Something with these Toyotas, man. They're just absolutely dominating the Cup Series. And I'll be honest with you, I think it's all attributed to the body style. I think Chevy is just. The changes that they made did not help the aerodynamics of the car. I mean, but at the same time, you also see some Ford struggling as well. So, it's. Yeah, I don't know. They've got to have some grip hacks or something in there.
I mean, okay, so yeah, he won Nashville, but that was closer than sticking Michigan. But you know, I was happy to see Tyler Reddick's run come to an end.
Yeah, you know, you hate to, you know, it's great. Well, it's unfortunate for Tyler Reddick fans. It's great for everybody who's not a Tyler Reddick fan.
Yeah.
You know, if you take a look back at Denny Hamlin's run there, it almost looks like he was running, 10 to 15 miles an hour faster than Josefar and Bubba Wallace when he got past him.
Yeah.
And then once he got past him, there wasn't no telling. He had all that clean air, and when you compile that with the grip packs and the unnoticed technical advantages that he was able to hide from the NASCAR officials, he just took it over.
Well, here's the thing, the thing is, Gibbs does not have a good history, because we look back at their 2008 Xfinity Series when they were just dominating, and then they got busted, later on in the season. So, and then of course the helicopter tape, helicopter tape gate or whatever.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But we're seeing some different lines by Christian Barnes and Zachary King. Just a lap ago, Zachary King ran the inside to get around Peoples, and Christian Barnes running that high line. Both of these drivers doing a big diamond, trying to get as much exit speed as they possibly can. It's kind of the optimal line at this track in these cars. And still 75 laps to go. We haven't seen any green flag pit stops right now. I'm pretty sure that we will see some at some point as the field is...
That's what I was going to ask. We got to be getting close to it. I mean, there's no way these tires can last this long on this oldest surface.
Well, we'll take a look at the pit stop statistics. They've last pit at lap 59, so about 43 laps ago was when everybody pit. They all took 4 tires. Man, I wish I knew a little bit more about the tire wear on these tracks. I don't know. They definitely can't make it on fuel, which means they're definitely going to have to come in for a pit stop at some point. Tires, man, I would think that they could make it 60, 70 laps maybe on tires.
Well, you know, we're hitting that threshold is we've got, let's see, there's 103 out of 7. We got 73 laps to go, 72 laps to go now. So they got to be getting close to that pit window for sure for tires and fuel.
Yeah, we've got about 63 laps on tires and fuel, so I would think within the next 10 laps or so, as you see Zachary King right there getting a little free coming off of the corner.
So that's telling me that, yeah, you can see him slipping and sliding on there. That track's got to be hotter than a cat on a metal tin roof in the middle of the summer here in Texas. But the thing is, you know, seeing them slipping and sliding, so that's telling me that those tires get cooked definitely on this rough surface. And it's just got to be like a cheese grater, you know, grading that tire lap after lap.
Yeah, you see Romano has come down for his green flag stop, which means the green flag pit cycle has begun with Chris Romano kicking it off. We will be curious to see when Barnes and Romano come together. I'm gonna guess that I don't know. I think I said Barnes and Romano. I meant Barnes and King. I do think that King might come either a lap before or a lap after Barnes.
Yeah.
Just to get that competitive advantage.
Well, and the thing is, on that last lap, we saw King bouncing all over on the backstretch, so he's got to be getting close to those tires, Joe.
Yeah, he is. If we look at our 5-lap average, Christian Barnes with a 5-lap average of 20.28 and Zachary King with a 5-lap average of a 20.33, and pretty much running identical lap times as far as averages are concerned. If we look at the last lap, Zachary King, yeah, I literally identical, 20.31 and a 20.32. So, and they're not too far off from where the guys who have fresh tires are coming out of the pits on. If we look at
Jaden Porter just come in.
Romano with a 19.09, so about 0.8 slower, which is not too horrible. And here they come, King and Barnes coming in for their pit stop.
Don't make any mistakes right here.
We've also got the 66 car of Ben Knights and Jaden Porter also coming off of pit road.
I wonder if Knights is running with Meatball, because they all came in identical. Of course, Dave Allen isn't, but, you know, they all came in at the same time. I wonder if he's on their strategy. Oh, look at that.
2-tire stop for Zachary King.
Whoa, that's gutsy right there.
Yeah, that was cheeky right there. Porter. Oh,
Porter! Oh, my God. Oh!
No. Where's the caution?
No
Where's
caution.
the caution? Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh!
Arca brake from hell.
Yeah, definitely from Midnights. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Welcome to the AARN O'Reilly series.
Let's go back. Yep.
Oh, my gosh. Woo-wee.
And then the 66 is...
Bang!
He was on the brakes. He was on the brakes. Let's...
Definitely not a Natalie Decker moment, that's for sure.
Let's see if we can get a look at this from the chopper cam.
Oh.
This King was just trying to go for a crossover. And then the 66 just right into the right side. unfortunate for Ben Knights and Jaden Porter. We were just talking about how well they were running in their debut, and all it takes is one mistake, and you're you've getting the short end of the stick.
Well, I guess you got to smoke them if you got them, because Ben Knights came back in and got more tires on.
Yeah, and Zachary King, he's got his damage fixed already, so you can see he had some damage on that door. As soon as he pit, it popped right back out. So his damage should be fixed for the most part. He's still on the lead lap, still in third. He'll be starting on the inside of his teammate Christian Barnes, as Chris Romano has assumed the race lead after that caution.
Watch for Zachary King to get very aggressive on this restart right here, Joe. Man, that was Oh, Howard Peoples gets into Zachary King. I'm surprised King did not get an EOL right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how race control is going to do it, but at the same time, I mean, it's hard to determine who's at fault, right? King definitely had the faster car there, and was trying to go for the crossover, and the 74th Jaden Porter was a little slower, and I guess looked like he was a little unsure of which line he wanted to run. He pushed up the track a little bit, and I would just chalk that up as a racing incident. But yeah, it's unfortunate for for the 66 of Ben Knights, as he is still in the pits getting some damage fixed. But we've got the pace car off. Romano is going to be on the button, and he's going to get a good restart. Howard Peoples
might turn. Zachary King.
Yeah, he almost got into King right there on the restart, and he is a lap down. So right now, we've only got 3 cars on the lead lap with Romano, Barnes, and King. So obviously you want to win the race, but these 3 drivers right now guaranteed a podium position.
Yeah, guaranteed a podium position for sure.
I'm curious to see how Romano can work in that clean air and away from traffic, at least for the time being, until they come up on some lap cars again.
This might work out in Chris Romano's strategy.
Yeah, he pit just about 2 laps before King and Barnes.
God, look at the separation though from the rest of the field.
Yeah, they've just absolutely started to run away from it. As we look at Zachary King compared to Dave Allen, King is coming out of the corner when Dave Allen is entering the corner.
I mean, if you had Peoples, you had nothing to lose.
No, absolutely not.
I don't blame him one bit for trying to get. I mean, yeah, you may get a penalty, but I mean, 1 lap is not gonna affect what's going on in your race. But I don't blame him one bit after we saw the contact under caution.
Christian Barnes getting to the inside of Chris Romano. Romano going to have the exit speed, but Barnes is still there on the inside, diving all the way down to the bottom. Doesn't have enough to clear him there. These guys are running really, really, really tight.
Just bumpy, bumpy, bumpy.
Barnes going to get the edge and lead that lap.
Can't quite clear him though.
But Romano putting the throttle down.
And don't look now, but here comes that one car of Zachary King up here again.
Yeah, Romano's going to have to protect the bottom if he wants to keep Zachary King from getting by him. Bottom line is the faster line long term. But King and Christian Barnes, the two Meatball Motorsports drivers, look like they've got it figured out.
Yeah, they definitely got this track figured out for sure. God, Jaden. Oh no, that's Corey Powell. I was going to say. Jaden Porter already 16 laps down. Wow.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, but you know, hindsight, he's still getting the top 10. I mean, even Testis. I mean, I don't know how they're going to score it as a DNF or if they'll just, you know, score him in the top 10. But the way it looks, they're guaranteed a top 10. So.
Well, like for Dave Allen, this is going to help his points day. You know, he was tied with Gary May for 9th. With this finish, I mean, that's a top 5. That should put him over the cut line, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because he's going to finish ahead of Lucas Bray and Ryan Testa. And with Shane Hatfield not being in this race, that's definitely going to put Dave Allen above the cut line. Just about 40 laps to go here. Christian Barnes, Zachary King, the two teammates battling it out for the lead.
They need to put a bounty on this team. But I mean, it just shows just the dominance of Meatball Motorsports in this series, you know, just ever since they came on board, just have been just dominating week in and week out.
Yeah, it seems like these two are definitely drivers that are mentioned every week. Same with Chris Romano, though. I mean, even pretty much all these guys, but you know, these guys, King and Barnes, you know, even if they get into a position where they fall back in the pack due to a wreck or a spin, that some way, shape, or form, they find their way back up to the lead, or at least in the top 5. So,
well, I just want to clarify, when we say that Zachary King is aggressive, he's not a dirty driver. Just makes the moves, and I mean, he does stuff in that car that you wouldn't think are possible. But I mean, just an unbelievable job once again by Meatball Motorsports for sure.
I mean, and that's just his driving style, right? He's
right.
You know, and there's plenty of drivers out there. Oh, and he gets loose into the wall right there. But you know, and I get that way sometimes too. You know, you want to fight for position early. Because as the race goes on and tires start to fall off, and you know, if you got that position early, you can focus on saving just a little bit more and stay out of traffic and run that preferred line.
The thing is, you know, also, you think about it, Zachary King, he's good on the mile and a half, the intermediates, and then you got Christian Barnes, who's just unbelievable on these short tracks. And, you know, we're here talking about Chris Romano. I mean, Romano, won the season opener at Daytona.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, and he's been so competitive as we see Howard Peoples right here running in P5. So it's going to be a good points day for these guys, you know, as Romano Peoples gets out of the way of the leader, gets into the wall. But the thing is, Joe, you know, if you know, we see in the chat all the time through the week, you know, people talking about meatball. Well, if you're going to talk the talk, show it up on the track.
Exactly.
Let your driving show up. Don't get in there. Don't cause no drama. And that's exactly what these guys need to do, for sure.
Yeah, and if you look at, you know, the statistics, Romano and Zachary King are tied for the most wins in the league. We've only had 4 different drivers in victory lane this year, and that's Christian Barnes, Zachary King, Chris Romano, and last week's winner of Shane Hatfield. So, you know, statistically, Meatball Motorsports, they've got the cars to beat.
Right, that's exactly right, and that's why I'm saying I think it'd be interesting if they put a bounty on, you know, Meatball Motorsports for sure. It'd make it interesting as well. But, I mean, Chris Romano, you know, he's the only time he finished out the top 10, he wasn't there. He wasn't racing last week at Talladega. So I mean, great job by Chris Romano coming back in P3, staying on the lead lap for this whole race. So it's going to be a good day for that points day for that 44 machine for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. As he is guaranteed a 3rd place finish tonight. Unfortunately for him, the 2 guys that are running 1 and 2 right now are 1 and 2 in the point standing, so he's not going to gain ground on them. But with Essenberg not being here tonight and Peoples going to be finishing lower than Chris Romano, Romano's definitely going to gain 1, if not 2 spots. Let's see who that is. Is that Howard Peoples?
It might be.
Unless he was just locking the brakes up going into pit road.
That's what I was thinking. I gotta give it to Dave Allen. I mean, he's been on the track the whole time.
Take a look at Peoples as he goes into pit road. Yeah, he just locked it up.
Oh, missed the pits.
Yep.
No caution. He went in reverse, but no caution. Back on the track, spun the tires and no caution. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's back on the track. He's just coming in for some tires. Excuse me.
And that's going to yield position to Dave Allen. Dave Allen now jumping up into the number 4 spot for Ideal Racing. A lot of these guys, take a look at the pit stop statistics, spit it out. It's been 42 laps since Christian Barnes' pit, 39 laps since King has pit, Romano about 50 laps. I don't think they'll be pitting before the end of this race. I think they've got enough to make it to the end, so.
Yeah, I think they got tires as well. Now, this is going to be interesting. I wonder how big Howard Peoples makes that car, how wide he makes it, so King doesn't pass him.
Yeah, quite some separation between Christian Barnes and Zachary King. And then Romano is about 4 seconds back from Barnes. pretty sure these tires have gotten all the push out of them that they can get. I don't think we'll see much ground gaining as you see King getting into the wall.
Well, remember, he took 2. Well, I think he took 4 when he came back.
Yeah, he took left sides when he came back in. But they're only running about a second, with about a second of fall off. Best lap for Christian Barnes and Zachary King was a 19.11, and they're running 20.08 and 20.12 right now. But the fastest lap of the race right now is that fella right there, Chris Romano, with an 18.95. Absolute monster of a lap. If you look at our lap leaders right now, Christian Barnes leading 118 laps, Zachary King leading 29 laps, and Chris Romano leading 13 laps. And our biggest gainers right now, it's going to be between Dave Allen and Howard Peoples, both gaining 5 spots since the start of this race. And if we look at our race recap right now, we're on lap 161 of 175. We've had 3 cautions for 12 laps and 6 lead changes. And those lead changes are just Barnes, King, and Romano going back and forth. But Romano, he looks like he's having some, Zachary King having a little bit of trouble exiting the corners. He's getting a little bit sideways coming out of turn number 2.
Well, we've seen him get into the wall, too, a couple times. Look right there. Yeah, he's losing a lot of ground.
He looks good coming off of 4. Gets into the wall a little bit right there, but we'll see how he does again coming out of turn number 2, because he was definitely getting a little bit sideways. A little bit better there. Do a little bit of an eyeball test right here and go on board with Chris Romano.
And now Romano's having to get out of the gas so he can make the corners. Ooh, big wiggle right there. But look how much ground he's gained up on Zachary King, though.
Yeah. Romano goes around. Oh, can he hold on to it?
Save it! What a save. That's a TikTok moment for sure.
What a save that was. Yeah, that was definitely a pucker factor for Romano. Just goes to show you how delicate these tires are. And once you put, 50, 60 laps on them.
I mean, the thing is, Romano could spin out, cause the caution, and he would only get an EOL, so he would remain in his position,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't hurt him.
But it is all Christian Barnes right now, as he is 3 seconds ahead of his teammate Zachary King. 3 cars left remaining on the lead lap as we get ready to go down to 5 laps to go this time around.
Ooh, now Christian Barnes, big wiggle.
Yeah, a little bit loose coming out of 4.
So this is interesting right here. Look who's in front of Zachary King once again.
Is that going to be Howard Peoples?
Yep. Oh my gosh, you can hear the slide.
Yep. His tires hanging on for dear life.
It's like driving a street stock at Charlotte when you go into the corner and you just slide it.
Yeah. Romano's got 4 seconds. He can afford to just relax and pace himself. As he comes,
coast from here.
Yeah, he sure can. As he comes around and the popsicle sticks fly, 2 to go.
The thing is, Joe, he's got a big enough lead. He could spin out, get it back together, and still win this race.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Howard Peoples keeping that one car at bay for sure.
As Christian Barnes comes around and takes the checkered flag here at Nashville Fairgrounds for the All-American Racing Network.
I think there's going to be some words exchanged between Peoples and King for sure.
Teammates having some fun right there. Brake checking him. It's going to be Christian Barnes, your race winner. Zachary King finishing second. And Chris Romano finishing third.
Big donuts. It is June after all.
Where is the... I'm trying to get Zachary King to... Oh, there we go. And... All right. All right, Emmett, I'm going to pull down Mr. Romano for you. And here he is. Third place finisher, Chris Romano. How's it going, sir?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Talk about, man, you had a good car out there. We were joking, if you would have spun it out and caused that caution, you would have got the EOL, but you would have kept your position right there.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I saw the blue car of King getting bigger in front of me, so I kept on pushing a little harder and harder. I think I found the limit as to what was too hard. But no, it was a good race. I thought I had the strategy by short pitting. I gained the lead that way. If it stayed green, I would have been curious to see what would have happened, but I think where I messed up was when that caution came out. I definitely should have gone down pit road and gotten tires, and probably because there are only 3 of us on lead lap. I didn't think of that, but other than that, I mean, great race. It was me, Zach, and Christian up front. And tire time, I think we're all pretty even. I think the difference in tires definitely hurt me the most for sure.
So let me ask you this. So next week, we head to Pocono. How are you feeling about your chances at the Tricky Trial?
I like Pocono a lot. I've never really ran in the Riley car, so I definitely need to do some practice, but I just like how it's 3 different corners. Sort of makes you think. Different lines for each corner too, and it's gonna be a fun race. I really enjoy racing there. It's fast and just it's a good track to make up some time each corner in your own way, sort of. So it'd be a fun track to go to.
Well, now you missed last week at Talladega. You come back, finish P3, helps your uh, points day. Had a good points day. How do you feel about your chances going forward as you battle for this championship?
First of all, about last week, I want to publicly say sorry to Lucas because he pushed me to win at Daytona. I kept on telling him throughout the whole season I was going to push him to win at Talladega, but just something came up. So, but uh, but I feel good. A lot of fast guys in here. The track's towards the end of the season. This track was sort of a question mark for me. Never really ran here. Ran one official this week and it didn't go too hot, so I'm ecstatic with the third. But the rest of the season, definitely think I got a shot and just hopefully get hot. Hopefully Lucas stays in the chase and we both make a run towards the end.
All right, before we let you go, man, thank your sponsors and any shout-outs you have.
First of all, shout out to you guys for putting on the broadcast. I appreciate it. Again, I watch it every week, and so I love your broadcast, so thank you for that. Shout out to Revolution Racing and Lucas Bray, my teammate. Sad he wrecked out today, but not a lot of cars in here, so I think he still got top 10 actually, so that's good. And yeah, just gonna focus these next two races. I'm pretty safe in the chase, so just gonna focus on getting him to the chase as well.
All right, we'll see you next week at Pocono, man. Congrats on the third place finish.
Sounds good. Thanks. Have a good night.
Joe?
I'm trying to find his thingamajig right there. All right. We can get queued up here for Zachary King. Zachary King, this front row Joe in the booth. How's it going, sir?
What's going on, guys?
Man, what a race, man. I'm doing great. You and you and the Meatball Motorsports guys, man, you're just absolutely dominating this season.
Yeah, it all starts every Tuesday. We come into the shop and we just work on our setup, work on our stuff, and work on our craft. Run a lot of races, so got to find some time to get on the setup and figure out how to run these tracks and everything. But it's phenomenal. Meatball Motorsports done a phenomenal job. And we're looking for our first team championship, so hopefully we can claim that this year.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You and Christian Barnes are going back and forth there for a while. You had to lead on him, and then got caught up in some lap traffic, and he was able to sneak by, but just wasn't able to really recover from there. But you came away with a second place finish. What was it like running on this track with all the bumps, trying to navigate through lap traffic, and everything that comes along with that?
Oh yeah, lap cars just doing lap cars things, and they're right to be on the track, so I'm not going to say anything about that. But yeah, when it's a short track like this and it's just so hard to pass, every little moment matters. So I made a comment on when I told Christian when he got by me there when I was working with those lap cars or trying to get by those lap cars. I said, well, that's the race because me and Christian we're so similar on everything. We have similar setups, similar pace and everything. So I knew if I couldn't get back by him, which would be that next restart or any chance I had, it was gonna be really hard to pass them under the long green flag runs. So I tried a strategy. I was gonna take 2 tires just to get in front of him, and then Romano beat me out, and then more contact with the lap car, which was mostly on me, I guess. I have to look back and watch at it, but yeah, it is what it is. But second place finish, can't be mad.
Yeah, not bad at all. And we looked at that replay right there, and personally, I just deemed that as a racing incident. I think that was the 74 car of Jaden Porter coming out on fresh tires, and you were coming up pretty hot on him. It just looked like he didn't exactly know which lane he wanted to run, and then by the time he committed, you were already trying to go for the crossover, and it was a little bit too late. But nevertheless, Mr. King, second place again. Your teammate and you, Meatball Motorsports, really giving this league a run for their money and going for the championship. But before we let you go, Mr. King, who you want to thank? Who helped you get it done tonight?
Yeah, again, shout out to everybody back at the Meatball Motorsports shop. They do a phenomenal job of putting us in good positions and being able to run these races and everything. So shout out to Gilbert's Fleet, Advanced Work Bands, Jen Blossom Designs, K1 Speed, Ideal Pets LLC, MX Wraps, and Tizio Designs. And yeah, just sorry we couldn't get it done. Just got some bias up in the tower, but you know it is what it is. And we will rebound for, I guess we'll rebound for Sunday at Michigan, and then we'll be back Monday at Pocono.
All right, Mr. King, congratulations on your second place finish, and we will see you next week at Pocono.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
You too. All right, let's go ahead and cue up our race winner of the night, Christian Barnes. Well,
Sorry, I was reading the chat.
oh, you're good. I think he has departed from the session, but we are still going to get him in here for you, Mr. Emmett. And here he is, Christian Barnes, front row Joe and Emmett in the booth. How's it going?
Doing good. How about you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Congrats on the win, man.
Thank you.
There was nobody that was going to touch you today. What was going through your mind though when you saw that caution come out, the last caution that we had of the race?
I really wanted to see how that tire strategy would have played out because Chris Romano, he pitted early, so he I knew he was going to take the lead, and I knew I didn't want to pit right after him because then I'd lose the lead and then we'd be basically on equal tires. So I knew I had to wait a while, and Zach pretty much knew the same thing. So we both just waited and waited and waited, and finally when we pitted, Zach took a different strategy than I did. He took 2, I took 4, and I really wanted to see how that would have played out because it was hard to pass, but I felt like tires did matter. So I don't know, it would have been fun, but good thing it did come out because I was able to get Chris on the restart, and I just was just able to keep my pace and pull away.
So now we focus to Pocono. How do you feel about your chances at Pocono? And then ultimately, with 2 races to go in the chase, how do you feel about your chances about winning this championship this year?
I do feel good about the championship. Unfortunately, though, I will be missing next week at Pocono. So, I kind of knew I was gonna miss it for a couple weeks now, and I knew I had to kind of build my buffer of points before getting to Pocono, and I think I've reached that goal. I'm hoping that I'm far enough up that I can keep the points lead without making that race. So I do still feel good. I think that I'll be okay. And we'll just have to see when we get there to the chase.
All right. Before we let you go, thank your sponsors and any shout outs you have, man.
Oh, yes, sir. I got Ideal Pests with Corey. And then I also got Gilbert Fleets, Advanced Work Fans, Jen Blossoms Designs, K1 Speed, MX Wraps, and TZO Designs. And I also want to thank Zach King for having me on Meatball.
All right. Well, we'll see you in 2 weeks at Charlotte, man.
See you, man.
I mean, at Homestay, excuse me.
Oh, that's a great track.
All
right, see it.
See. Joe?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look at your race results. Christian Barnes, 133 laps led. He's going to be race winner. Zachary King finishing second. Chris Romano in third. Dave Allen in fourth. Howard Peoples in fifth. Jaden Porter in sixth. Ben Knights in his debut. Jaden Porter as well. Both of those drivers finishing inside the top 10 with Ben Knights finishing seventh. P8 is going to be Lucas Bray. 9th, Daniel Dunaway. 10th, Ryan Testa. 11th, Corey Powell. John Shields, I do believe he was race control tonight. So he wasn't actually in this race unless he just did a start and park. Your hard charger of the night, Dave Allen, finishing 5 spots ahead of where he started. Obviously, the most laps led, the fastest lap, and the pole position goes to your race winner, Christian Barnes. We've had 3 different leaders no green flag lane changes. I don't know why it's saying we had no cautions because we damn sure
know,
had a
right?
few of them. But nevertheless, this will conclude our broadcast for the All-American Racing Network here at Nashville Fairgrounds. We will see everybody back next week as we head to Pocono, the Tricky Triangle. And as always, we hope everybody has a great night. We thank everybody for joining in to the All-American Racing Network, and we will see you next week.